They say it's painless, but it's not. And um, the dogs will howl, and sometimes howl for minutes and on minutes, and it's kind of their howls and cries is similar to as if the dog was being hit by a car. Not always do they completely die. I mean, they have come out of the gas chamber and they would need to be regassed. Sometimes they're put in there. Many times dogs are put in gas chambers, multiple dogs at a time. They fight. Oftentimes sick dogs and injured dogs and puppies that are actually suggested not to be put inside of gas chambers are also gassed as well. We have stopped the shooting and the gassing of animals in over a dozen counties. We always push the county to do it by a vet. Highland County is using a vet. Dog wardens are not always the caringest people, and if they're not properly trained and they don't want to find a vein, they'll use a heart stick without tranquilizing the animal.
Wow.
And that's where they stick basically a large needle into the heart.
Wow.
It's really an outdated method. I mean, it's cruel and it's inhumane.
Yeah.
Many states have outlawed it. It's a big deal because dogs feel pain just like people do, and so it's a big deal to the Ohio SPCA, and it's a big deal to every pet owner. They're a living creature, and it's they feel pain just like we do.
Well, the Ohio SPCA has been doing this for approximately 12 years. We uncovered horrendous euthanasia methods going on in multiple counties using guns, engine exhaust, and then homemade gas boxes and chambers. And so we always initially try to work professionally with these commissioners. We approach them with proposals. We offer our help. Many times they've been receptive and change has occurred. However, many times it has taken exposure and lawsuits to stop what was going on. But it's not acceptable. It doesn't matter where they are. We often realize that when we travel into a rural county that it seems like we're entering another world. But this is the 21st century. It's time to be proactive in these dog pounds, and humane methods should be the way that everybody should be going. I think some of this has gone on for decades because the general public didn't know. It was done behind closed doors. It was a secret. And so nobody spoke out. When they do find out, often in these rural counties, the residents are actually fearful of speaking out for fear of retaliation. So it has required outside pressure, which is not always welcome, but we still continue and we don't leave until the problem is resolved. We have found in many counties that local veterinarians will be helpful. We'll offer that discount. You also have to look at the other side of the coin, more or less, is that if dog wardens are doing what they can, if they're being proactive, if they're pushing adoption, if they're extending their hours, if they're turning to rescues, there won't be that many dogs to be euthanized in the first place. People are horrified to think that this is 2013 and that we are still using gas chambers. It doesn't matter what kind of an animal you're talking about. It doesn't matter if it's a food animal or if it's an animal that cannot be found at home in a dog pound. It deserves a humane death. We're almost done. We will see the end of gassing this year in Ohio, and these are death boxes. Animals panic. They fight. It's a slow process. We sued Hawking County in January. We have pressure on Perry County, and there's a couple other counties that have not rolled out their chambers. They're in transition, and we will be pushing for that.
We do probably 3 fundraisers a year, and it keeps us going for vet bills, shots, euthanizing, gas to transport the dogs out. We do at least usually 2 transports a week. We needed the space. We really need the space over there. And they were real good about saying it can go. Even the volunteers did not realize it was still there and what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we always kept the door shut and we always kept the cage covered.
Right.
And people just didn't realize that it happened right there. Well, this year we had two goals. One was to get the gas chamber removed, washer and dryer. We have now got that done.
Yeah.
And the other is to get some help out here. It's getting to the point where the volunteers have lives. They have jobs, families, and we're just busier.
Yeah.
The dogs out of here. I took 7 adult dogs yesterday,
Yeah.
and 6 puppies out.
Yeah.
And I like to do transport, and it's just hard. There's just so much more to do because we're busier.
Yeah.
More adoptions. Dogs are not slowing down coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we're at. We need I think we're to the point where we need help. We need to educate people on their animals. We can never educate enough how important it is to don't get the dog unless you're going to be committed. Certain breeds live longer than others. Research the breed. What's best for your family. Otherwise, they end up dumped on the street, end up here, and spay and neuter. Spay and neuter.